Okay, here we are. We're going to Bulow Plantation. I got the family with me. They're really, really scared because this is the road to it.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Feel the horror. We're waiting for Jason to come out of the woods at any second. They say it's a mile down this road. Okay, we're not going to go fast.
Yeah, I told you it was bumpy.
Okay, we're going to go slow. Nice and slow. I hear banjos. Look, a truck paving the way. A house? An RV park? Okay, that takes the scariness away. Now it's just old retired people. This ain't bad. I did.
What?
I did. I'm scared.
Why?
I don't know. Here's an abandoned truck. Oh, it's the park ranger. Now all we gotta do is find Yogi. And Boo Boo. Alright, they say don't give up hope. The park is back here.
I'm gonna hold the camera.
Yeah, here. Transferring camera to weight. They say do not come back here if it's been raining. You'll never get out. I can see why. Holy cow. I'd like that guy's job. Be the ranger to this thing.
Why? Could you just sit in your truck?
Sit in your truck all day long. Alright, I'm turning on the windshield for a second because it's frosty. Man, it's just like 30 below outside.
Yeah.
At least I can follow the truck.
It's a straight road.
Sign where we got welcome to the real Florida. Are you in child protection? Keep your pants on. Supposedly there's a box up here where you put in your donations. And that guy in the truck probably just takes it. New cars today. Ooh, man, I want a picture of this. Historic state park. There's the hiking trail.
There's a look at it. Yep.
Yeah, the ranger's coming.
Hmm?
The ranger's coming.
To make sure we leave our money.
Where's the box?
I don't think it's here. I think it's down a ways. Maybe where the guy stopped up here.
Park residence. That's where the guy lives. There's the money thing. behind this truck that this guy has decided today would be a good day to organize his wallet.
Or maybe $4 is fine now.
I guess he was trying to find the $4.
No, he didn't write a check.
He wrote a check for $4. Now he's putting his $4 in the box. He's making sure that it goes in there so that I don't take it. And now he's leaving. Deposit envelope here. I gotta go get an envelope.
It's like he mystically can't get it in there. No, it's funny. It's probably because I put some change in there so it won't fit.
Oh my god.
That's what it is. He's complaining about my change. That's funny. He's gonna get back and be all mad. Was it my change?
Leave it to your mother. She put change in there. A little slot's about this big just for the envelope, and it wouldn't go in.
Well, I wanted to empty the change from my purse.
And then it got stuck.
Well, I emptied all my change out. Is that good?
Where'd that truck go?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Why would you want to follow them?
Go to the ones. Let's go this way.
Just look at the map.
Oh, yeah. Here's the canoes. Boat trailer parking only.
That would not be us. Here, it says Plantation House site. Look, right there.
Okay, where'd we come in? Plantation Ruins. Springs Farm, Sugar Mills, Ruins. Ooh. Slave quarter site.
We're here by the boat slips.
Yeah. We are right here. Alright, I'll try that.
I don't think that's a road. Like,
It's not.
legit, I don't think it's a road.
It's a go around. The truck went into the lake right there.
Could have. I want to go canoeing.
There's a canoe.
Let's go.
Okay, so we can go either way or this way. Which way?
I don't know. There's a sign
It's a
right
one way, do not enter. So this way. What is this place?
I think that's where you rent the canoes. I don't know. You look like
Seminole Ruins. Quarter mile.
quarter mile.
I feel like an idiot.
That was funny. I knew it was because I emptied all the change out. There were some dollars too.
They went in, no problem.
hi, Maggie. Say hi, Kaylee. Casey, just say hi. It's like a long quarter of a mile.
Right around this corner. Hey, there's our friend.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Hey, we just got here. Unfortunately, I brought my metal detector, but ta-da! Point to the sign, Kaylee. Wow, thank you. Kaylee has it. Okay, here we are, Bulow Plantation. This is what they would consider the home, the main house. There is nothing left. It just said in 1830, there's these white picket posts. That was the cornerstone of the house. Now all that's left is the white post, and you can see the limestone foundation in the center. And if you look real close, I'll show you here. That's pretty much all that's left. I mean, if I had a shovel and I could actually dig in there, I'm sure I'd find something that would make me really, really happy and excited, but no digging, it's a state park. So this is where the main house is. And you can take a view around, you can see over there they have kayaking and canoeing, although we were told the canoes have holes. So, picnic area, and that little house right there, you can eat inside or eat outside, and then there's stuff to do. And then I'm gonna go and take you and show you the little pond that's over on the side. This is a little lily pond that's over here on the side. I don't know if this is original to the house, the 1800s period house, but I mean the stones look original, and it's right next to the house because the house is over there. So who knows? I just thought it was cool to take a picture of it, make a quick little video. All right, now we're gonna go. Okay, kids, this is it. This is Bulow Plantation. This is the sugar mill. We saw the main house. Check this out. These are about the ruins. And the nice thing about this is it tells you the story. His father, Charles Wilhelm Bulow, was born about 1778. South Carolina, to a German Lutheran minister. Wilhelm, yeah, German, there you go. And he came down here and purchased this land, and for $9,944. Now back in 1821, that's probably a couple of million. He died after being here for a couple of years, and then his son, who was 16 at the time, came here to take over the sugar mill and raised it up to a wealthy plantation. Now these stations have these little buttons on the bottom, which are really, really cool, because if you push them and you get like 5 minutes to spare, it'll tell you the whole spiel. They work.
Welcome to Bulow Plantation. You are standing in the area where the Bulowville sugar mill once stood. Listen on to hear the story of Bulow Plantation as told from the perspective of John Joachim Bulow.
It's not really him, though.
You are at a panel that features text, a touchable map, and a graphic depiction of the plantation as seen from above. The background of this panel is a photo mural of tall, green stalks of sugarcane. Sweet Dreams, sugar production in East Florida.
Welcome to Bulowville, the plantation my father, Charles Wilhelm Bulow, purchased and began to develop in 1821. Not much is left now, but between 1823 and 1836, when the Seminole Indians burned the plantation at the beginning of the Second Seminole War, Bulowville was one of the largest sugar plantations in East Florida. Sugar planting and milling really took off in East Florida after the United States of America obtained Florida as a territory in 1821. People hoped that Florida could produce sugar for the United States like our neighbor Louisiana. Of some 12 sugar plantations stretching from St. Augustine to Cape Canaveral during this period, Bulowville was one of the largest and wealthiest. 1,000 acres of my 6,675-acre plantation were planted in sugarcane.
Just below the text is the graphic drawing, an artist rendition of Bulowville, 1823 to 1836. At the right, small buildings line the outer rim of a horseshoe-shaped clearing. At the opened end of the clearing stands a large plantation house. A path leads away from the plantation house beyond the clearing and through the center of vast fields of sugarcane towards the sugar mill. To the right of this drawing is a map focusing on the eastern Florida coast, noting various sugar plantations. You are invited to explore this raised map of sugar territory in East Florida with your hands. On the left side of the panel is a drawing of Charles Wilhelm Bulow, a man with a full head of curly hair and long sideburns. His neck is wrapped in a cravat. Text tells us,
Man scar.
My father, Charles Wilhelm Bulow, was born about 1778
Okay, well, we're gonna
in South
move on
Carolina
here, 'cause
to a German Lutheran minister.
Okay, we're in front of the plantation ruins, and we've got another one of these signs that gives you information. And you can see this is the basic layout of the sugar mill. Purgery, molasses cistern. This is one of the main chimneys, which I'll show in a second. This is the engine house. This is where I would have been. This was driven by steam. They put coal in here and kept the, there's a well that fed water to it. That kept the steam going. There was a sawmill, which I will show over there. I'm going to let this play for a little bit and take some pictures.
driven by sweat and steam, the
Mostly
energy
steam.
behind Bulow Sugar Mill. You are standing at what was once the boiler house of the Bulow Sugar Mill. The background of this panel is a photo mural of tall green stalks of sugarcane. The display includes text, a touchable outline of the sugar mill layout, an overview of the plantation, and a depiction of slaves working.
Running a successful sugar plantation like mine required a lot of energy. Before the 1800s, sugar mills were largely operated by animal power. Horses or oxen turned the gears that moved the large rollers used to crush cane.
You see that
By the time I built this sugar mill in
the sawmill was over
1831,
here.
steam-powered mills were available. These provided greater power and allowed cane to be processed faster. This building housed the engine that produced steam to power the sugar mill. A pipe carried steam from this building to the second floor of the sugar house, where the large three-roller cane press was located. You can see the sugar house just beyond this building. When the sugar mill was not operating, the steam from the boiler house powered the plantation sawmill.
Below the text, at left, is a touchable floor plan
we're
of
done
the
with
sugar
that.
mill. It shows
Yeah,
all the
just
different
show you the
buildings
buildings.
and their uses. To the right is a sketch of the plantation overview.
Yeah.
At the top right
This
is
was the
sugar
steam
mill,
engine house,
completely surrounded by
and
fields
this
of
was the
cane.
well.
A path leads through the fields to the bottom left, through a
And there's a
half
sign that
circle
tells you about
surrounding
it.
a clearing with the
This
large
well supplied
blue
water to the
boiler
boiler that produced steam to operate the mill's
and
cane
place
crushing machinery.
inside the half circle perimeter.
There's an actual cane crushing unit over on the building to the left.
Bulow's slaves lived in houses, forming an arch between the plantation house and the sugar mill. At far right is a drawing of slaves at work harvesting sugarcane. One slave balances long stalks of sugarcane on her shoulder. A woman holds cane in her right arm while kneeling and reaching toward the earth with her left hand. Others move to the tall plant.
We'll get this on the other side.
Work animal is yoked.
Check out this chimney.
Even with the mechanical energy provided by a strong steam engine, I could not produce sugar or operate my plantation without a large quantity of human energy. Although the number of slaves I used here changed over the years, the 1830 census shows 170.
I'm gonna go this way. There's some people behind us. I'm gonna let them pass. Yeah, I'm now on the back side of the boiler. This is really cool. It's like right next to that window over here. It says Bulowville, January 26, 1831. And this is Coquina. This is what they used to build just about everything. I think most of St. Augustine is built with it. Flipping over the camera tripod. This is the inside of the boiler room. I don't know why I'm whispering. So this was the boiler, and it powered the sawmill, which is 18 feet beyond this sign, which is over there where that big old tree now is. So there's these limestone foundations, which is probably where the belts and whatnot came across to power the sawmill.
Take the cool tree.
Oh yeah, my wife likes the cool tree, which grew right in the middle of the sawmill, which means that there are probably sawmill parts in this tree.
You can't chop it down, babe.
Can't chop it down to get the parts. So. And then there's this little walkway here.
It takes you to the Samara well.
Samara?
The Ring, I'm just... No.
Oh yeah, this is where the movie The Ring was filmed.
No, it isn't.
And when we get to this well, some girl in white's gonna come out of it.
Well, it says exact use unknown. She could be down there.
Alright, so this is the Samara well used in The Ring. This is well exact use unknown. This is better than the other well. At least it's got water in it. I wonder how deep it goes. Yeah, okay, that's as far as I'm going. And there's a tree growing out of it. That's it. As soon as I turn around, something's gonna come out of it. This is the back side of the plantation. Can't see it because of the trees. Can't see the forest because of the torn trees. That's where we came from. Look at the bottom of that tree. It's like everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna keep walking. Okay, this is a picture of the spring house. Now, the spring house is located, there's a little trail over here. You see a sign for it. And the trail goes that way. But what I think was neat, my wife actually pointed it out to me, because she likes to find neat things, is that this little picture here, this was a rendition that was done by Audubon. And these two houses that are in the background are probably a depiction of what the plantation looked like, and that's the only depiction that they have of it, because he made these drawings of the birds.
In 1831.
1831.
Yeah.
And then over here it shows how the plantation owners traded with the Seminole Indians. They gave them blankets, black powder, and lead for food for hogs and whatnot. I will do the walk of considerable agony and pain for you all back at that trail as soon as I'm done with the house.
Oops.
This is the storehouse of the sugar mill. I got pictures of all these signs. You can find them in between the videos. I'm just glad all this stuff survived the fire. And it's been sitting here since the 1800s, which is really, really cool. Okay, check it out. This was this. There were giant cooling vats in here where the sugar cane juice was heated. Now my wife already jumped the fence and touched this piece of rock right here.
You're not supposed to say that.
So we're gonna go jump the fence and take a picture of the inside better close up. We're gonna go now. Okay, I've jumped the fence and I'm in the vat area. Okay, back in the 1800s there would have been workers all around me. These were where the kettles were kept. So this would have been hot as heck. I'm not sure what this is here, but it's just cool. This is back where they stored it all. These are the walls. What's left of the walls? One wall is standing. Corner. There we go. We'll go on the other side of that in a minute. And then they got this cool tree hole. Alright, I'm gonna go over to the other side. Oh, here. Before I go, let me take a picture of this. Cool door. And there's the chimney again. Guess you could say this is like the warehouse where they ship things. Out these three doors. That's where I'm going out. I'll take a picture from the other side.
In this view, a fence-like ring has been constructed around the plantation's main house. Not far from the front of the house is a rectangular enclosure of smaller structures. Text explains that
In December 1835, war broke out between the Seminole Indians and United States troops. Our Indian neighbors were resisting removal to reservations out west. On December 28th, Major Benjamin Putnam and his troops occupied Bulowville against my wishes and remained until late January 1836. Shortly after the troops left, my plantation was burned, we think by the Seminole Indians. United States troops used plantation materials to build a fortification around Bulowville.
to the far right on the panel is a touchable outline of a barge, or flat.
This graph shows you how they ship things out. I guess this is like the storage warehouse, and these 3 doors and those 3 windows were used to ship the sugar out to the barge, which is this thing, and then they used to ship it down river. But what I think is interesting on this picture is over here, where it says in December of 1835 war broke out between the Seminole Indians and the United States troops. Our Indian neighbors were resisting removal to reservations out west. On December 28th, Major Benjamin Putnam and his troops occupied Bulowville against my wishes and remained here until late January 1836. Shortly after the troops left, my plantation was burned, we think, by the Seminole Indians. It's not there. I read it in a history book somewhere, or I Googled it, and I found out that Bulow fired a cannon at the troops coming in and was arrested and was held in stockades or wherever until the troops left, after which their Indians were getting restless, so everybody just kind of like abandoned everything and moved up to St. Augustine, and then the plantation was burned. But he was against the removal of the Indians being sent to reservations over the Mississippi. I don't think this post remained after the fire. I think it was added to support the wall. Hey, if you're gonna build something, use coquina rock, man, because it stands the test of time. Next, we're gonna go over to that little house over there. That's where the bathrooms are, but they have some artifacts that they dug up from around here. I'm gonna take some pictures of that. Well, this is a little house that has all the relics and everything. There's a lot of glare on the glass. You can mostly see me. But that's a kettle used by Paul Graham, Ranger Bundy's grandfather, from 1880 to approximately 1954 in Lake City, Florida. Some stuff back there. That's still me.
Get the canoe. It's really cool.
This is crop production on East Florida plantation. Always with the cotton. Everybody grows cotton. This is the beginning of the canoe that they said the slaves made. Usually it's a Seminole Indian canoe that they dig out of the marsh somewhere. Some miscellaneous artifacts. Here's the stuff that gets me. Machinery pieces. And this is a cane crusher. I had like a big pole in the center and you just turned it by hand. Alright, we're going around. This is some of the pottery and stuff that they dug out from the burned out relics, or I mean burned out remains of the house. There's a lot of glare, but I will take some pictures without the flash. I don't know if you can see that. It's an old kettle. I'm going to take some pictures now. Okay, here we are. I'm walking up to the spring house. I was expecting a little bit more, but once you get there, it's kind of cool because most of it's underwater. Here it is. I don't know if it'll show up in the video, but there's like a walkway or something down here that stretches along. And there's all sorts of coolness down there. There's sunken logs. So that's the spring house. It's in all its glory. And from the structure, it's a little bit of a walk through this brush here. It's not bad. It's cleared up pretty good. But recommendation, if you're going to come back here, bring some mosquito spray. That's all I'm saying.